Play Piano is a series of 3 books designed for teachers to use with their own method books that they're using at the moment, or to integrate into their teaching method any way they like. This is a series that starts when the student has finished roughly their first method book, just looking at any of the traditional methods that are out there in the market. When a student's reached the end of book 1, they'll be ready to start learning the pieces in Play Piano book 1. I would expect the students would go on to use book 2 of their method book. It really does depend on the teacher and the teacher's style, but Play Piano book 1 is designed to integrate in with any other method that a teacher's using, or really to be used any way the teacher wants to use it. The major difference between Play Piano and method books that teachers might be using already is that Play Piano doesn't set out to teach the student an idea for the first time. Instead, Play Piano sets out to help the student explore those ideas that they might have already learnt in a method book. Now, of course, a teacher can come along and teach a concept directly from a piece of repertoire. There's no rule saying you can't do that. But Play Piano is actually designed as a repertoire collection rather than as a lessons book. No, you don't stop using other books, but again, it's completely up to the teacher in terms of how they structure the student's learning experience. The whole purpose of Play Piano is to take a student from being that very beginner end of things where you've learnt how to read crotchets and minims and semibreves, and you've learnt to play in a fixed 5-finger position. Taking a student from that set of skills all the way to the skills that you're going to need as you begin to prepare for your preliminary exam. So we've separated out the concepts that take you from that beginning point to that end point and separated them into 3 different books. When a student is actually capable of playing all 5 fingers in a fixed 5-finger position, and when they can read crotchets, minims, semibreves, might be good as well if you've introduced them to the notion of sharps and flats. That could be quite useful. That's the stage where you're ready to begin book 1. Play Piano is taking advantage of the fact that children learn best when they're exploring rather than when they're being told what to do. Now, children do learn quite well when you tell them this is how you do something, but they learn even better when you say this is how you do it, and now this is how you have fun with it. There's not much point setting a child up with a paintbrush and a palette and a piece of paper and saying, okay, this is the way you paint, and then you don't give them a chance to try it out for themselves. A lot of the time, the way that we teach traditional repertoire is very much in the mode of, this is how you do it, well done, you did it the right way. And we don't give children the opportunity to just try things out for themselves. Play Piano has actually been organised so every single piece of repertoire has an exciting opportunity for a child to play with another student, play with the teacher, change the notes, change the title, maybe create their own variation or do some improvising. There's all sorts of different activities the whole way through Play Piano that are designed not to be an optional extra, but to be a really integrated part of the student absorbing the skills that they're being taught through that piece of repertoire. My favourite part of this series is the fact that students aren't just being creative and exploring their pieces, but they're playing sounds that relate to the musical world they live in today. So we've got some pieces that are major, some pieces that are minor, but we've got some pieces that we don't even have a name for what that tonality might be. But these are the sounds that students are hearing in their everyday life. And that really does make Play Piano very different to a normal repertoire collection.